Hello everyone. Okay, so I am going to make some distress ink backgrounds. I have a whole bunch of distress inks, and so far all I've really done with them over the years is just use them to blend, and even that I haven't done very often. So it's time to start making better use of them. So, yeah, here I go. I'll show you what I'm kind of planning and then we'll go from there. I don't know if I'm going to use everything that I have out, but I am going to try some different things and see what happens. So, of course I've got my distress inks. I'm kind of wanting to make some backgrounds. I've got a tutorial coming up for the Stamperia Wonderland Collection, so the inks that I've chosen are kind of to go with that. So I've got bundled sage, peacock feathers, salty ocean, shaded lilac, and chipped sapphire. And then sponge sugar, tumbled glass, festive berries, and worn lipstick. So those are the ones that I've kind of got out. And then I've got my ink daubers for all of those. I've got a little sheet of acetate that I'm going to use to kind of use for the smooshing technique, that I'm going to put the ink on and then add some water. So I've got two different water sprayers that spray different ways, and then some water pens. I don't know if I'm even going to use those, but we'll see. I've got a little bit of bubble wrap because I feel like I might be able to do some cool things with that. I've got a few stamps that I might use. This one from the Scrapbook Diaries, and then a couple Lavinia stamps. So I might use those. Got my craft mat, my non-stick sheet that I'm going to use. I might do some embossing, so I've got my embossing buddy and my embossing ink, and then black, white, and clear embossing powders. The black is Nouveau, and the white and the clear are Recollections. And then I might also do some stenciling. So I've got this huge stencil from Prima, so I might do a little bit with that, we'll see. And then I've got some other stencils here, just a script, and then kind of a lotus-y shape, and then a Hero Arts flower pattern that I have not even used yet. And I'm going to be doing all of this on the Distress Tim Holtz watercolor cardstock. Alright, with no real rhyme or reason, I am going to start here. So I think first I'm going to do some smooshing, because I feel like I'm going to try one smush on the textured part of the paper, and then I'll try the next smush on the smooth side and see, you know, which way I kind of like better. So for this one, let's see. This one I think I'm going to go with the blues. Okay, so I've got some maybe I'll go with the, no, I'm going to go with the tumbled glass and see how that goes. So I'm just going to smush some down onto my little piece of acetate. I'm going to spritz it with some water. So like 3 spritz, and I'm also going to spritz the areas where I think I'm going to put it. And then literally just kind of smush it down. I don't think it's going to show up that much. I think the tumbled glass might be a little bit too soft. So I'm going to wipe that off and put a little bit of salty ocean, I think, instead. I don't really like the dots, so I'm going to add some more water there. Okay, now I'm going to give that a dry. I'm going to be drying each layer after adding ink, so I might either, I just don't want you to have to deal with the noise every single time, so I might put some music or fast forward it or something so you don't have to hear it. And also it takes a few minutes every single time, so just know that I'll be drying in between each color and each layer. Okay, now I'm going to go in with some peacock feathers. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, and try that one. Okay, I'm gonna go a bit more salty ocean. There we go. Oh, I like that, except for that one drop. Okay, perfect. I quite like that. It's really soft, but that's kind of what I was going for. I'm going to try one now with, just clean this off, and I'm going to try one more on the smooth side and just see if it makes any kind of difference. Okay, I might add a tiny bit. No, actually I really like these colors. I'm going to stick with these. So the ink is really only going to move where I've got water on the card. So wherever the water is on the card is kind of where the ink will move to. So if you want it just in specific places, just put water in specific places. Put just a little bit more. Okay, I like that. Let's dry that up. Okay, I feel like I need a little bit more. Kind of like the splotchiness of this one. I'll bring it up so you can see it a little bit better. So I think I might actually like really enhance that and make some, take the thing off here and just have some big water droplets all over the place. Maybe one mist from up high. Oh, that was a big mist. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit for a second. And then I'm going to kind of go in with a paper towel. I like it. Okay, I'm going to dry this off. I'm just going to get this kind of cleaned up a little bit. Oh, I forgot to put gloves on again. Oh, I do this all the time. My hands are notoriously covered in stuff. Alright, those are kind of cool. I like them. Alright, so we got a couple soft kind of watercolor. Maybe let's try an ink blending with a stencil. I'm gonna maybe do some embossing on those. I'm just gonna let them really dry, and then we'll come back to them. So let's grab a stencil. I'm going to put it in the center. I don't quite know how I'm going to use this yet. Just kind of hold it down with a little bit of washi tape. Alright, so what colors should I do with this one? I think I'm going to do kind of pinks and purples, maybe. So we've got Worn Lipstick, Festive Berries. Don't have as many pinks as I would like to have, but that's alright. We'll make it work. Okay. Let's go in with the darkest one, which is that Festive Berries. I'm just going to kind of go on the edge here and see. Okay, so I'm going to go with Festive Berries first. And get my ink dauber. And I'm going to kind of start off and start blending. Might have to pounce it on. The script is a little bit hard to kind of go over. Might not have picked the best stencil. But that's what experimenting is all about, because I have no idea what's going to happen. Now we'll try some of the Worn Lipstick. Stencil up, and I'm thinking I might go in with a different color and kind of blend. First I'm going to blend this little corner here so it's not such a harsh line. Spritz a bit of water. I feel like this is a little bit too dark. I'm going to try and not get it on the stenciled part. I'm just going to kind of mellow this out a little bit. Okay, I kind of want to go in with another color, but I'm not quite sure which color might work best. I'm almost tempted to go in with a really light blue. Is that going to look funny? Kind of like it, actually. I'm probably going to cut off the top and the bottom and just use the center part, but actually I think it turned out, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Cool. I like it. Just imagine it with just that part. Yeah, I quite like that. Okay, cool. Alright, should we do another stencil maybe? Let's do a different stencil. And maybe do this part of this big one. Okay, and then take down the stencil. Maybe we'll go with kind of like green and blue this time. Let's go with some chipped sapphire. Okay, and then kind of move into maybe some salty ocean. So unfortunately I have no idea when my camera decided to stop, but this is what I've just done. Maybe I will do another one in different colors and stuff so that you can see what I did. Of course my camera decided to stop just when I was doing something cool. Alright, I'm going to bring this back in just because I thought that this, I might be able to use the top and the bottom actually. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this bubble wrap and put it around the end of a dauber, and I think I'm going to go in with some ink on the this itself and see what happens. Okay, that's kind of cool, but let's see what happens if I go like this. Maybe if I add a little bit of water to it. No, I like it better without the water. Okay, good to know. Oh, crafting and popping bubble wrap. What could be better in an afternoon? Cool, I kind of like that. It's really subtle, but I like it. Okay, cool. Now we know what happens with that. Okay, so let's do that. I don't know if you saw the layered stenciling technique, so let's maybe do that again. Alright, so I'm going to first layer maybe this stencil here. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the green first on this one, the bundled sage. Off slowly. Okay, and now I'm going to go in and see if it changes the color at all. I'm just going to go in with a fresh thing, so there's no, because I think it had peacock feathers on it before, so I think it changed the color a little bit. Oh no, where'd that black come from? Okay, I'm going to get another one. Somehow I picked up some black from somewhere. Well, that's icky. So I'm just going a little bit lighter than I did before, but with the same color, so it's keeping the pattern. Oh, I'm so bummed I got all that black on there. I don't know where that came from. Okay, so that, you can just leave it as is actually, like that's pretty cool just on its own. But I want to add something more to it. Now is this going to be, I was thinking this, but this might be far too busy. Might need something less. Might go in with a big, big flower, big lotus stencil maybe. You'll be able to tell it's a flower if it's only showing that much of it. I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. Pink and green don't mix, so I'm going to stick with a salty ocean maybe? Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Or it could go in just with a darker green. Nah, I'm already committed. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like it. I'll play with that technique again, I think. I quite like that. What about embossing with a stencil? Let's try that. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to use these two colors and make a little bit of a blend with these, I think, first. Okay. Happy with that. Now I'm going to put my stencil on. Do I want to spritz this first to make it bleed a little bit? Let's spritz it and just let it do its thing for a second, and then we'll dry it, and then I'm going to try using the I'm going to try and emboss it through the stencil. I have not done that before, so I don't know how well it works. Oh, I'm just getting my handprint. Ah, it's not what I wanted. It's a little bit lighter than I intended, but we're going to go with it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take this one because I know this one's dry. And actually, this one. I'm so indecisive. And yeah. So I'm going to add another couple pieces of washi tape just to make sure it stays in place. Okay, now I'm just going to take my embossing ink and I'm just going to kind of pounce it on and hope that it just goes on the flower portion and doesn't go underneath. Okay, remove the stencil carefully. Oh, poopy. Okay, well, I'll just have to cut that part off. Darn it. And that's why you always make everything bigger than you actually need, just in case. Let's try it anyway. The rainbow is now I have somewhere to hold on to. Always a rainbow. Alright, let's see if this works. It's looking pretty good so far. Okay, let's heat that up. Cool. I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna have to like cut it, but other than that, it turned out really cool. Awesome. Okay, so these are what we did today. There's that one with the script. That one I really like that one. And then this one, I really like this one as well. I wish I hadn't ripped it, but at least there's still room. And then this one kind of looks like a galaxy to me, which I like. And then the two with the like double stenciling and inking. I don't know if they'll actually go with the album that I'm making, but they're still cool. Then I wanted to show you a few that I did yesterday. Yesterday was my first try, so I wanted to make sure I could actually do something with it. So just a pale pink, more of the greens and the blues. This one, I did a couple on Yupo paper just to see kind of the same smooshing techniques, just to see what would happen. And then a super, super pale smoosher. And then an all over the place weird smoosher. And then just a blended solid background with some embossing that didn't really work. I didn't put enough ink on, and so it didn't quite work. But so those are some of the other ones I made. So now I'm ready to start creating the album, and I'll put some of these in the album itself. Thanks for joining me. I want to do more of these, so I hope that you enjoyed it. I don't know if you learned anything, but 'cause I'm still learning as I go, but it's fun to play. Have an amazing day, and I hope you will come back to see what happens with these pieces in the Stamperia Wonderland album that I am about to start. It's pretty cool. There's actually going to be 2 different versions of it, so I'm excited about that. So stay tuned.